So hi everyone, my name is Omar. I was a student with AKP from fall 2014 to spring 2015, and I graduated from Amherst College in 2016, where I double majored in mathematics and Asian languages and civilizations with a concentration in Japanese. Nowadays, for a living, I am a data scientist at a health tech startup, and I live in Jersey City, New Jersey. So I went on AKP because it was one of the programs that my school had a strong sort of relationship with. So, AKP is this whole consortium of these liberal arts colleges from the U.S. And so, not everyone who does the program has to be from those colleges, but there's that long-standing relationship for decades now. And so that was the program that was suggested to me. And overall, I'm pretty satisfied with it. I know there were other options as well, but I wanted to be in Kyoto. I wanted to experience living with a homestay family. I think that's a one in a lifetime experience. Um, and yeah, I had also considered Tokyo for a little bit, but I'm originally from New York, so I wanted something a little bit different, a city, but not so much of a city. And really, once I was with AKP, my homestay family was in Shiga Prefecture, which is a little bit more rural, not too rural, but it was a little bit more rural, an hour away from the Doshisha campus. And that was a great experience to see lots of different sides of Japan. Um, Ultimately, I mean, that was my goal in learning Japanese was, to at one point go to Japan, have that experience. And originally, I was just going to be there for fall 2014, but I knew about 2 or 3 weeks already there. I was like, whoa, this is pretty awesome. And I contacted Amherst College and was like, I want to stay for the full year. So that was a nice option. I'm not sure how flexible it is at other places, but I'm really glad that I was able to extend it for the entire year. I think one of the biggest things was being able to make really close friendships with people. You're in a foreign country. You have that commonality of coming from, these small liberal art colleges in the U.S. I think that brings you together. And then I also found it pretty funny. I had a lot of friendships with, at least in the fall, with many people from Smith, which is a college about 45 minutes away from Amherst College by bus in Massachusetts. And so it took going all the way to Japan from Massachusetts to meet when we were so close in the U.S. And I found that pretty funny. And I've kept those friendships through today still. I think part of the program, I really remember enjoying the Miyajima trip. So we stayed at a ryokan, like a Japanese style inn, and we wore all the yukata and the sandals that are made of wood. So that was pretty cool, and it was really peaceful to see the sort of gate that was in the water, and before the shore kind of comes up, you can kind of walk towards it and like even touch it and all that, and then later in the night it's all covered in water. And it's just pretty cool, I thought. In terms of other things that I mean, just in Japan for that year, it was really nice being able to get the cultural activities grant, because that let me to travel to other places in Japan. I remember went to the Yuki Matsuri in Hokkaido. I think this was like in February, so it was around winter time. That was cool seeing all the ice sculptures and stuff like that, or more so like snow sculptures. Yeah, and just the things that I was able to learn about with AKP. There was one class in particular that stuck out to me. It was called like Gender, Marginality, and Ethnicity in Japan, and that really led me down some sort of rabbit hole, or more so a passion of mine to learn more about those smaller groups of people in Japan that are kind of there, even though people have this idea of a homogenous Japan. That led me to my senior thesis at Amherst and other interests as well, even to start learning Portuguese as well. So from learning Japanese, I became interested in learning Portuguese, which I then took when I came back to the US and during my senior year at Amherst. So lots of good memories with AKP. I think it was more important than anything is that it allowed me to explore new things, whether it was missing the shuden on the weekends, or meeting new people who I wouldn't have met otherwise, learning more about Japan and their people. Yeah, and then just traveling. I think that's one of the biggest things that I developed out of my time with AKP and being able to travel around Japan, but also travel around Asia. I mean, for my Thanksgiving break, I went to Thailand and met up with some friends who were studying abroad there. And it really took me to this adventure after AKP. That Japan had been my third country that I had visited, and after that, I really developed this interest in backpacking that since then, I've been now to 34 countries, which I've done mostly backpacking. So I'm really grateful for AKP and that opportunity to kind of pique my interest in traveling some more and just going out there and having some more adventures.